Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Greenhouse Rambles series. So for those of you guys who don't know what this is the very laid-back, relaxed series where I answer some of the amazing questions you guys have tossed my way while we enjoy the relaxing world of Plant Tycoon, which is one of my all-time favorite games of all time. Imagine that, because it's all about growing plants in our little greenhouse, dun dun dun, and then selling them over in our nursery. It's extremely laid-back, so you don't need to worry about anything too exciting going on, unless I manage to catch myself another rare butterfly. But let's go ahead and jump on into some of the questions that you guys have left with me, and I've been sitting on top of some of these for months now, so it's about time we start rambling about them. Alright, we're going to see if anybody's going to buy our plants, because we need more money to buy cool stuff. Alright, so here's one from quite a while ago from Sakana. There we go. Hi Seri, I'm thrilled you're feeling much better. By the way, if you could create your own Minecraft mod pack, what would it include? And this actually came before the Zoocrafting Discoveries mod showed up. And really, the Discoveries mod kind of has the initial things that I really would want in our world, like giraffes and geckos. And then we're also looking into a mod that a really wonderful viewer named Laura alerted me about, called kawaii crops. And basically what you can do is make any custom plants and put them into the Minecraft world, and you can make trees that grow cake. You could do whatever you wanted when it comes to like gardening and crops. You can have a crop grow like lapis lazuli. You can do all sorts of fun things like that. So really, plants are definitely something I would want to do in a Minecraft, like a mod pack, if I could create one. But really, Slime Rancher, and I'm serious about this. I don't know how I'm going to find the time for it, but I'm trying to start to like edge in some of the time to look into learning how to make slimes, like models for all sorts of different slimes. Not only the Slime Rancher slimes in the actual game Slime Rancher, but some of these slimes that you guys have sent in as like custom slimes you've designed, artwork you've sent in. I get a lot of fan art almost every week now where people suggest like different types of slimes, like chameleon slimes or rainbow slimes or like flower slimes. Lots of variants on flower slimes. The Labrador puppy slime, I think Jose actually came up with that one. So yeah, there's a lot of different slimes that I want to turn into a real Minecraft mod, because I think it would be so much fun to ranch slimes in Minecraft and be able to constantly add in new slimes, new things to do with the plorts, be able to tie in like maybe the plorts. Like imagine if you had honey slimes and you could get honey that you can use in Pam's Harvest Craft from the honey like slime producing slimes. So yeah, basically Slime Rancher, that's one of the things I want to create. And the custom crops too, that's also something I'm looking into. Now that we've stumbled on, thanks to Laura, the kawaii crops mod, I'm looking into maybe being able to make my own heirloom crops, because there's a lot of cool heirloom crops in the world that I adore. You guys have seen it if you've gone on to the vlog channel, how excited I get over heirloom variety plants. And there's like, you know, the yellow pear tomato or purple potatoes or like the cosmic colored carrots. I think those are really, really cool. Or like the black diamond watermelon, that's one of my favorite ones to eat. So I want to be able to make heirloom crops in Minecraft and have it in our farming side series and share it with everybody. Oh, and everybody bought my plants. Okay, back to the greenhouse. And the thing is, that's really like kind of laid back, because it's not like it's going to change the game in any way. A rainbow corn is going to just work the same as normal corn, but I would just love to make tons and tons of crops, flowers, plants, just add them to the world of Minecraft. So that and Slime Rancher. So okay, I rambled a little bit long about that, but that's because I'm very, very excited. I have plans on hopefully maybe dabbling for the first time and trying to learn how to make my own mods for the sake of those things. All right, now we're going to sit here and we're going to see, oh wait, there's a little spot on this. Yeah, just because I'm so excited about Slime Rancher, and I'm so excited about the kawaii crop stuff. So we'll have to see what happens. All right, and then let's look over another question. Rubik's biologist. All right, what happened to Jurassic World? And that's just like one of his questions. Jurassic World, I was actually getting a lot of hate that I mostly deleted for Jurassic World, because I don't want to, I'm not one of those people who likes to play a game and like, I have to be the best, I have to have the max stats, I have to have the most powerful dinos. I just kind of like to have fun. And if having fun, it means max stats, like getting max stats in Horsehaven with the Red Rose Cup, for instance, then that's one thing. Ah, there's one. And I missed it. Ah! Let's see. Can we buy the better net? It's $1,000. How am I going to get that much money? Grow faster, little crops. Grow faster. Can I speed grow you? We'll think about... Oh, there's a bug. Drink. There we go. But yeah, I was getting a lot of like whininess over Jurassic World, and weirdly enough, I'm looking back on that going, why did I let that get me down? Why did I let that make me not want to play? But then Jurassic World is also kind of one of those things where you really like have to throw money at it to feel like you're making any progress or really accomplishing any goals you might set for yourself in. But I've kind of missed it lately in a weird way, but I don't know if I would go back to it right now because I also can only record the audio and the video separately, and I can't get the game audio at all. And a lot of people were like, where's the sound? I can't get the sound because I don't have a setup to record my phone. I just have my phone, but it's an Android phone and it's a newer model. There's that cool bug. Yes, we got a new bug. So basically, long story short, I don't have the software. Yay, we got a brown spider. The software set up to be able to record it. But I'm thinking, I might poke at it again, but there's other things I would want to poke at. Oh, another spider. Yes. There's other things I would want to poke at before Jurassic World, unless like people are like, I'm dying without it, then I might try. All right, and then which predator do I not like the most in Wolf Quest? Probably the eagles, because they're glitched as all get out. I didn't used to mind the eagles, like in Wolf Quest 2.5, eagles sucked because they got a lot of my pups. I like the bears the best because most of the time you can fight off a bear. Coyotes are fast, but I've kind of like have a way of working with them, and the eagles were fine. Coyotes used to be the ones I didn't like the most because they took all of my pups, but then butterfly, get in my net, dang it. But then the eagles got glitched, and they're still glitched as of right now, and so all of my pups die all of the time because you can't even chase the eagle off because it's not even there to chase. So eagles are my least favorite in Wolf Quest. And then also Reese asks, is Dinodecia still happening in Seri? And yes, I don't know if it's out by now, but I am working behind the scenes on trying to get what Dinodecia is going to be. Oh, look at that little zebra bug. Get in my net. Yes, we got the zebra bug. What is that one called? But yeah, Dinodecia was kind of the zebra beetle. Imagine that. Was the work in progress name for the Minecraft dinosaur series, and it's gonna probably be called Prehistoric Parkway right now. I'm not sure if it's come out yet. That sounds really bad, but I'm in a chatty mood, so I'm recording this now. But yeah, I'm trying to work on it in the background because it's time to focus on dinos, and Prehistoric Parkway I think is the best name for it because we're going to be covering a lot of animals, including the dodo, and a lot of species that you guys have probably never heard of, a lot of species I've probably never heard of, and Ben is probably going to introduce me to in that series. So yeah, that's what we're looking into for that, and I do plan on it happening because there's so much love and passion for dinosaurs, and I really feel like as a human in this era, and this is where we suddenly get a little bit serious out of the blue, as a human in this time, I really want to study prehistoric life, even though on the surface it doesn't interest me very much because I'm so fascinated by this sliver of time abundant with the life that we have now. But I really want to force myself to try to understand and study prehistoric time better because it happened, because we built upon that over millions of years. We built upon entire time frames where for millions and millions of years there was all these other creatures. There were so many other ecosystems. The continents look totally different. And it just seems ridiculous to ignore trying to learn about those things and ignore how life existed and treat it like an alien thing when it's our own heritage. So I do want to start teaching myself more about prehistoric life, even though I'm completely honest that the dinosaurs don't fascinate me the way that the living creatures do, especially the ones that need help now. But I want to start teaching myself because I feel like there's an obligation. What's the point of that history if we don't want to learn from it in a way? You know what I mean? Like, it has its own point, irrelevant to our interest, but just I just feel like it's a tragedy not to try to learn about the things that have come before us and to put ourselves in context of that amount of time. And yeah, I think oh man, one day I might have to do a rambling vlog on the vlog channel about how deeply I feel about this, because it ties in with like the birth of the planet and my feelings of like death and what's the planet going to be like a million years from now, because it's going to look different a million years from now. And yeah, so basically prehistoric Parkway is going to be happening, and it's actually helping me shift my way of thinking about all prehistoric life. So enough rambling on that. All right. LPS Grace asks, dun, 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 bunny or squirrel in all caps. And I would have to say squirrel because they can climb trees, and I get really, really, really excited when I see squirrels even now. And it's really cute because Chips keeps reassuring me that I'm going to love the squirrels of Ann Arbor when we move out to Ann Arbor. Grow, little plants, grow! So he took lots of pictures of the squirrels at Michigan when he was visiting there to see if that was going to be where we're going to end up. Oh, I missed that dragonfly. Oh, and there's a butterfly now. Get in my net! Get in my net! Dang it! But yeah, they're, and let's try growing these. Oh no, what did I do? I speed grew one. I didn't, the plan was to speed grow multiple things. Do I have enough to like buy the mass speed grow? This is an Instagrow vapor bomb. I can't afford it, you guys. We're broke. We're gonna have to sit here and just watch the plants for a minute. Hem. But yeah, he took pictures of the squirrels, so I get more excited about squirrels than bunnies. But my cousins did used to have a bunny that I helped to take care of. It was kind of mean. So yeah, there's that. And then can I do a collab maybe? And occasionally I do collaborate with people. Usually it's entirely a scheduling thing and the fact that I'm super shy. But it's a lot harder than people think, and then a lot harder than I thought it would be to try to schedule up with other YouTubers because there's just so much going on all of the time. You're just so busy trying to wrestle your own projects and then trying to get things working. The technical side of things is a lot more work than I thought it would be. But yeah, I like doing collabs. I'm just a very shy person, so that's why I usually go like my own little private single player route. And then let's see, what inspired you to love wildlife so much? And I just do. I think it's because it's all so beautiful to me. Oh, and just in time. No, get away, little bugs. Just as I was saying, it's all so beautiful. Oh, look at this. It's a rose lemon bush. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Fragrant thingy doodle. I'm gonna, here, some of this lemon bush can come over to this one. And then I'm gonna take this lemon bush and we're gonna do this right here. And then we're gonna sell this puppy for a little bit more than that. Well, actually, oh, and there's a butterfly. But yeah, see, it's this right here that I just got completely sidetracked and excited and have fallen in love, there we go, just with sitting right here staring at virtual plants. I follow my heart, basically, and I know that these are the things that make me so full of contentment and joy. It's being in greenery, it's being in places where there's a lot of life, it's watching life as it struggles, grows, develops. So I think maybe I was just born with that passion, and I don't know, I guess that sounds like a cop-out answer though. I was just born with this passion. No, I was honest with myself, and I stopped telling myself that I should be into the things everybody else should be into. Like I should be into, you know, watching TV shows, watching movies, going to concerts, staring at people like while you wait for them to do things at the skate park or stuff like that. And that if that's somebody else's passion, that's great, but it wasn't mine. And when I really started being honest about what I liked and just dove into it head first and didn't look back, plants, animals, learning about them, taking care of them, seeing them thrive and become healthier and happier and greener and full of life, then it's like when you feed the thing that's your true passion, you really feed it. You don't just like do a little hobby feeding of it. You really kind of give yourself permission to dive headfirst into the intensity of how much you love this thing and not look back. Then yeah, it changes your life. And so here I am now, and that's why I love wildlife so much, is because I think I gave myself permission to. Because I do. And I just, maybe it's in a little bit innate. I just really love nature. All right. And there's more rambling. And then we have a lot of what happens with Pixelmon and many questions like that. So I'll just address that really quickly while we sit here and wait for our seeds to pop out from these beautiful plants. Let's see. I should pollinate this one with something. Here, you take that. There you go. But what happened to Pixelmon? Well, I got burned out on it and on the current mod set, and the timing was just a little bit off. It's very interesting to see how you can come back to a project like that almost a year later and be like, I could probably get back on that. But when you abandoned it at the time, why are you unhealthy? Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful purple butterfly. at the time I was just feeling really overwhelmed and it just wasn't in the lineup. So it's kind of interesting because why are you unhealthy? Here, take this, I guess. Help, help, how do I make you survive? Is there something I can buy for you so you won't die? Vitamins? They're so expensive. There, does that help you? I don't know what this puppy is, but it's clinging to life, and if I can just keep it alive for 4 more minutes, then it'll bud, and we can pollinate it and see what babies it has. No idea why it's unhealthy. It's probably the soil. It's probably a really rare type. It needs better soil, because it's a more sensitive plant. Grow, little sensitive thing. Grow, you might be a rare thing. Huzzah! But anyway, yeah, Pixelmon, I just kind of got burned out on it, and I know that sounds really, really, really weird, unless you're coming from the creator point of view, but, you have to kind of set up your long-running series when you are creating something that you're going to devote yourself to for months and months and months. I mean, think about that. Think about that. Take a project and show up almost every day on that project for months. How are you honestly going to keep yourself interested? And then, like, make that project your work and stick 6 other projects just like it on your time schedule, and then keep yourself motivated, keep yourself interested. It's much harder than it sounds. And I have gotten better. And the thing is that cultivating motivation is actually a skill. And over the last couple of years of working on YouTube and taking my quaint little, like, well, I'm kind of bored watching TV, so I'm just going to watch Snapped. Fun fact, all of my first episodes of, like, Sims 2, I built all of the things in the background, like all of the buildings, community buildings and all that, while watching Snapped marathons. Which is really silly, because then I go back and look at, like, the Sims 2 videos, the very, 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 very first videos I made almost 3 years ago. And I can remember the Snapped marathons I was watching while I was building those buildings. But I did not have the kind of motivation back then to work as hard as I do, or to be able to sustain my motivation on series 2 years ago that I do now, because I understand how to kind of cultivate my motivation, cultivate my creativity, because I kept showing up and trying, and you just kind of work at it and you work at it and you work at it, and you either get better or you don't. And you just have to keep trying till you find ways to pace yourself, but also refresh yourself. And I mean, like, mentally and physically. Going on walks is a huge way that I refresh myself. Taking a minute to make a vlog of going on a walk around the park does amazing things for my ability to get work done during the day. Or, like, looking at Pokemon fusions. That is my new top thing to get hyped up for Pixelmon, is looking at Pokemon fusions, like, or Pokemon variants especially, like where people will draw like a Bulbasaur with like a poppy flower on its back, or daisy flowers, or daffodil flowers, or they'll do like a Chikorita fused with other Pokemon, and what would it look like? And that's really inspiring me. That is invigorating me. Like, it's almost like you get to wash your brain, and just, you're like, you know that fun feeling when you get a bunch of cold water and you splash it over your face? It just feels invigorating. Like, that's the definition of invigorating. That's kind of what looking at the Pokemon variants is making me feel, because it reminds me so much of the variants in real life with animals, how they'll look a little bit different subtly depending on where they live. And so I think a lot of that is going to show up in the Pixelmon series. So I've been really enjoying that. That's really helped me kind of refresh for the Pixelmon series. And then let's see. You have so many plants. How do you deal with the bugs? This is from KK. How do you deal with the bugs that normally go in hand with plants? Or do you even have a bug problem? And I haven't historically had any problems with bugs and my plants, other than this weird mite thing that kind of was clinging. Oh, come on, you guys, produce seeds. That kind of was clinging to my umbrella plant until recently. And I kind of made a boo-boo. I left the potting soil out on the deck, and I left the bag open because I was like transferring potting soil into all of my outdoor plants. And then I was looking at the potting soil and I was like, this is healthy and full of nutrients for my indoor plants too. So I took several scoops of the potting soil from outside and put it into my indoor plants that I've had for years. I've had some of these pots of plants for probably 7 or 8 years, and they're really big as a result. And then the wasps started hatching. So yeah, let's just say we've had a little bit of a wasp issue lately, but I mean, and it's a little bit interesting because Chips and I are both vegan, so we tend to like not just immediately rush out and buy like the pesticides unless we need to. We wouldn't have a problem if we were really in danger, But the wasps, like, they're so cute when they hatch. I know that sounds terrible. They're just tiny little babies, and I feel bad for them because I was the one who messed up and brought them inside against their little, like, egg will. So when they hatch, they usually fly straight into a window, and then they kind of just sit there really confused and, like, clean their little wasp rumps with their little legs. So I usually either try to catch them and transfer them outside or open the window and wait for them to leave. But that's about what we usually do with bugs, unless it's like an infestation problem, like ants that just have to be removed for some reason. Usually it's just like, okay, you can go on outside now and you don't have to mess with our house. But I'm not squeamish with bugs. I'm not, I don't like it when, like, you know, you'll have something walk on you when you least expect it, like when spiders. A couple times over the years, spiders have walked over my hand, like, while I'm recording. That's not so cool. That's not so cool, you guys. There's a little bit of screaming involved. Not because it's a spider, but because it's unexpected, and there's a difference between a spider and an unexpected spider. I'm just putting that out there. So yeah, we normally just take the bugs outside, and it's no big deal. And then also somebody asked, and I can't remember, like, I don't have it in my notes, who asked, but do I name my plants? And the answer is yes. Yes, I do name my plants. My plants have names, not all of them, but like the little air plant that I have is sitting here in a sea urchin. I just touched it. It's so cute. On my desk is named Charm. We've got Mowgli, who is my staghorn fern that I absolutely love. And then I sometimes will name the other plants, but if it's like the only type of that plant that I have in the house, then I usually just call it by whatever its species name is, because it's like, hey, that's the such and such orchid. And that like becomes its name. Just because it's like, yeah, that's the orchid, or like that's the bird. Oh, that's the dragonfly. Get him a net. Get him a net, dragonfly. Oh, I got him. What was he? Yay! All right. So yeah, there's another bunch of questions, and I ramble on too long about these. Oh, and there's another butterfly. But look at you guys. Look at the time we spent together. Yay, we got another butterfly. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I don't know where it went. There it is. It's an uncommon pale moth, so it's not even a butterfly. It's a moth. But yeah, look at what has happened while we have been sitting together rambling. We have more seeds. We've got more stuff going on. That's really awesome. Hopefully we'll get even more seeds. I'll be able to put them away. And as always, I missed him. And as always, you guys can leave more questions in the comments, and we'll dive in for another relaxing, casual Greenhouse Rambles episode in the future. So I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.